Hey everybody, welcome to G&T Geeks at the Nerds Table. Back at it. Hey, I want to start this off, with some joy in our heart and everything, but we lost some legends. So, hey, look, instead of going through the normal, happy, joyful thing, let's just go through the introductions. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hey, in spite of the sadness, hey, y'all guys are in for an awesome episode. So without further ado, let me introduce my boys. One face you already seen already. Spider Kev in the building.
What's going on, everybody? Unfortunately, it's a kind of a sad episode, but we're going to get into it.
Boo Berry in the building.
Death is a natural part of life. Rejoice, for those around you have been transformed into the Force.
Wow, that was deep.
You got that.
Also, hello there.
You got that from Andor. Psych! Frankie! Baby!
What's up, Larry, baby? I just can't. This is going to be a hard one. But at least we have some joy at the end.
And in the left corner, showing up finally on our podcast, George, I'm no Jedi.
Yeah! I'm back, baby. But unfortunately, it's for a sad episode, but I had to make sure I was here for what we got to talk about. So let's get right to it, fellas.
And
I agree.
Showing Kev.
Back to Kev.
All right. So for some reason, I switched everything up, and Kev, you're usually now in the corner. So every time I hit the individual when it goes to you. So just so you know, you're supposed to be the one in charge.
A lot of Kev today.
It's gonna go back to Kev every time.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So everyone, welcome back. And here's your crew for tonight. And hey, look, let's get right into the conversation. This week has been a crazy week when it comes to legends not being here no more. And I mean, naturally, we have the one that we're going to definitely go ahead and dive into the most. But we also had two other guys that staples in our childhood lives, man. So let's get into that part of the conversation. Who wants to start off with a name and what he meant to you? And we can continue on from there. Any minute now.
Screw it. I'll start.
Thank you.
No problem. Here for you, Larry. Oops. Anyway,
Wow.
So unfortunately, it was the saddest news we've heard in some time, but we've lost our great Darth Vader, Mufasa. The great James Earl Jones has left this world. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I had to rep the guy. I know he didn't do the actual body, but he did the voice of one of the most iconic characters. There we go. Now we talking, boys. Now we talking. Yeah, there we go. Now we talking. Larry, you scumbag. Anywho, yeah, James Earl Jones.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, James Earl Jones, man, like we all know him for all of these movies. We're talking the voice for Star Wars, the voice of Mufasa, the King from Coming to America. This man's voice could be heard and felt every single time he spoke. And you know what? He made these characters lovable because of how he was able to just project an emotion through voice alone. This man was one of the greatest voice actors on top of being a regular person actor. This man was just everything you can ask for in this movie industry that we live in. And just gonna say rest in peace, the great James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said. I do want to add, while he was an amazing voice actor, the guy did overcome quite a bit of adversity. During many interviews, he talked about being a kid from Mississippi who was raised in Michigan, who had a very, very big stutter growing up.
Yes.
To the point where he was nonverbal for a few years, from like 4 to like 10 or something like that, I believe he said.
Wow.
So he was able to eventually overcome it. But you think of such a voice, and he had a really hard stutter in his life. One thing I do want to bring up, I don't feel like anyone's going to talk about it. He was Tulsa Doom in Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you think of like Arnold Schwarzenegger and James Earl Jones, that they wouldn't match up good, but he's so sinister in that movie. He cuts off Conan's head's mom. He turns into a snake. And like he holds his own against Arnold Schwarzenegger just by sheer malice. And he's got like the dopest bangs too. He's got like this really bad black wig, but he pulls it off.
Yeah. No, I kind of want to dive into the stuttering portion because that was major for him and for a lot of people actually. I remember when I was growing up, a lot of my youth, especially my kindergarten up to like second grade, I had a stuttering issue as well. And my stuttering issue was because my brain was racing so daggone fast, my mouth couldn't keep up with what my brain was trying to say. So I have a tendency, even now, I'm sure y'all guys, if y'all pay attention to me often enough, I would literally stop and slow down and slow my words down and really, enunciate every single syllable to make sure that I'm saying it correctly when I really want something to be heard clearly. Even today, I still do those things. But one of the biggest lessons that was out there for me was, I remember my speech teacher saying, if you want an example, Darth Vader's voice or James Earl Jones had the same issues. And look what he's able to do. Look what he's known for. So even back then, he was an example for ones like myself that needed to see that someone else that was out there, especially someone as well known as Darth Vader, put like that, was had an issue like mine and was able to overcome it. And like you hear so many other stories of so many other people that had stuttering issues or had speaking issues, and you see how they overcome it. But that's the reason. It's funny because that's the reason why like James Earl Jones sounded so distinctly different from everybody else. Obviously, it's the deep baritone voice that captures everybody, but how he spoke was all because of his stuttering issue. The way that he broke every single word down, the way that he did, and every syllable the way that he did. And especially when you put a menacing type of voice with the slowness of each word, that gives you Darth Vader, and it gives you all kind of characters. I mean, it gave you every single thing you could think of, but he was so different because of his issue. So they go to show once again, just because you have an issue doesn't mean that you can't grow from the issue, one, and then have that issue become a positive for you. It's crazy how that all turns out and how that all turns around. Yeah.
It's crazy because one of the most iconic roles, of course, is Darth Vader. But you take his voice and you flip it. You don't actually change his voice, but you put it to a heroic character like Mufasa. And his voice then becomes this authoritative voice that is teaching you like the ways of the world and like listen up. It makes you stop and pause. Like everything that that makes him so menacing for Darth Vader also makes you stop and pause and listen to every word that's being said, that it's really important. And we want to race past it just like Simba does. But that's the important moment that we hear. For me, James R. Jones is I've been the last 48 hours, I've been trying to figure out what is the first thing that I've seen all on. Is it like Hunt for Red October? Is it Sandlot? Is it, Lion King? Is it, there's so many things that he's done. It could have been Conan. I just cannot, there's so many things that he did so close together in like the early 80s or late 80s, early 90s that just, I cannot pinpoint which one is the one that like I seen or heard him first. And I just always have loved his voice, loved his acting, even in a simple role in Sandlot and how he talks to the kids in that scene of like, well, if you just knocked, I would have gave you the ball back. It's just so he did a phenomenal job, whether he is the lead or if he's a extra or if he's the secondary character. Fantastic actor.
There's a funny story that I happened to stumble across today, and it's Patrick Renaday, who plays Ham in The Sandlot. He talks about coming to the set, and everyone was like, "It's James Earl Jones! Oh my god!" And they had originally all had a scene with him, where I guess they were all going to go into the house, but it got edited or it got changed where it was just going to be Smalls and the other guy, I can't think of his name, but the kid who plays Smalls went up to James Earl Jones because everyone else was scared of him, and the kid was like, "Hey, you're James Earl Jones. You're Darth Vader." And James Earl Jones looks at him. He says, "No, I am your father." And laughs at him, storms off, and it scared the crap out of all the kids.
I ain't gonna lie, that would have scared me too, man.
Yo, did y'all hear or did y'all see what Mark Hamill?
Something about losing a dad or something. Miss you, dad, something like that.
Yeah.
No, he said he said, "Rest in peace, Dad."
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yo.
Funny little side thing. So, I had just recently found out that James Earl Jones and Carrie Fisher never met before, during the movies at all. You want to know how they met on set? They met on set during an episode of The Big Bang Theory. That's how they met the first time.
Well, James Earl Jones was never on set.
Never on set. He was just voice acting.
Yeah. He's a voice actor when it's all said and done.
Together. Yeah.
They brought him in at the end because the original actor is Scottish and a higher pitched voice, and it did not work.
James Prowl.
And Lucas always wanted to swap out the voice. James Earl Jones almost never got credit for the voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally they put it in. Put his name in the credits and got credit for the voice.
So yeah, David Prowse was originally Darth Vader, and they didn't tell him about the dubbing until the premiere. So he was kind of a bit shocked about that. But I did also see James Earl Jones said something about he recorded all his lines for A New Hope in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And he originally wanted to put more inflection on his voice and give more emotion. And George Lucas was like, no, it's got to be monotone and robotic because he's not exactly full human. It's more robotic than man.
Well, the more you think about it, too, he didn't really talk much in that movie.
No.
Yeah.
A couple scenes here and there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the presence, though, of Darth Vader for these movies. It was never the vocal conversations, the dialogue. You didn't really get too much dialogue until Return of the Jedi. You know what I mean?
True.
But
that voice reinforced that presence.
Absolutely.
If it was a totally different voice, if it wasn't his voice, Vader would have felt completely different. Would have felt like almost a joke.
We wouldn't all be wearing the shirts right now. Let's put it that way.
True.
You know what I mean?
I think Larry brought up a good point where he was King Jaffer in Coming to America, and like the presence he brought to that, enough where I had to like do a double think and like, was he the dad of T'Challa? Was he T'Chaka? And I was like, no, he wasn't. But for a minute today, I thought he was.
He
I
was
got the
just
two
evil.
characters mixed up. Yeah, exactly.
He was
And I
just, he
believe-
was just very, yeah.
I believe that was his last movie as well. Coming to America too. I think that was his last movie he filmed.
I would I'd probably put money on that because he signed away all of his voice rights for Obi-Wan. Where I guess they did it with AI before AI was as big as it was. The other thing I think Frank brought it up, but yeah, with Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, and it was the original like shared universe that nobody ever talks about, but like the Tom Clancy universe for all those movies, where he played through all of them. Really, what was it? Clear and Present Danger, Patriot Games, and Hunt for Red October.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was early '90s, well before the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he was always when I was first introduced to him from Lion King, because me and my sister were young. My sister was a huge Disney fan at the time, and Lion King was her absolute favorite. And that's when I first got introduced to the same James Earl Jones. But also the movie that no one's talked about, it's kind of been forgotten a little bit, but I still love it. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about that one.
It came out in 2008.
So good.
With Martin Lawrence and Cedric the Entertainer and James Earl Jones. That movie, every time that's on, me and my dad watch it, and we just laugh every time, no matter how many times we watched it. We still laugh the same parts. That whole cast was funny as hell, and that movie is just so underrated. I love that movie.
Miss Dakari Parker.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I got you.
Talking about me. That was the most memorable part of the movie. Was her. Okay, so please forgive my silence for a little bit. Something I needed to do, because we need to really appreciate the James Earl Jones that we got. So we talked about it, and as soon as this thing stopped swirling, because of course I was working as y'all was talking. Here we go.
Vader was another challenge.
And action!
Lucas had never intended to use the on-set vocal performance of David Prowse.
Start tearing this ship apart piece by piece until you find those tapes. Find the passengers of this vessel. I want them alive!
I can still hear David Prowse's accent.
It would have never worked.
That was terrible.
I want them alive.
Such a joke.
I want them alive.
And it was way too fast. It's way too fast. It needed to be slowed down. It needed to have the breathing in between.
Yeah, my man's on a breathing box. So why is he talking so fast?
He legit sounded like Stewie Griffin from Family Guy.
Bro,
Oh, I'll never hear that
God.
the same again.
Well, that's also why they did it.
Okay.
Hey, Brian, I need this. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
You're
You got my
welcome.
money? I know you're gonna get it.
Where's my money? Where's my money, man?
With my death part plans, man. With my death part plans.
So my goodness. So yeah, James Earl Jones, man. Yo, Roscoe Jenkins, that was a good call by you, Kev. Because
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna say I forgot that, but naturally we think of the big boy movies that he done,
Yeah.
or the big boy characters. But let's go to show. I mean, he showed depth in that character as well, because it was Sodom and it seemed very sad and everything, and he played the part well. But in everything he done, he's always been spectacular. No matter how big or small that it was, it's almost as if he appreciated every little thing that he did. And I mean, 93 years, man. He lived a long, long, long life, man.
He's a Korean War veteran as well.
Wow.
He didn't start acting till later in life. You know, he's not a young actor. He started acting older, you know, after the Korean War and everything. He lived the whole life.
Well, yeah, you figure if he was 93, Star Wars is what, 40?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
But the first one was 77, right?
Yeah.
77. So it was Star Wars is as old as I am. So looking at 45, 46 years. Long time.
Yeah.
Long time. And still rolling, because I tell you, when like not too long ago, they just had a rerun of the Big Bang Theory, and he was on there, and I was cracking up at James Earl Jones. The whole
ding dong, ditching Carrie Fisher.
Yep. Carrie comes out. I'm tired of these James.
so it's absolute legend. I mean, once again,
And evidently, he had a contract with Disney that he signed, and that's not going to come to fruition now. Nobody knows exactly what it was, but evidently he was talking with Disney, and there is a contract that he signed that he was supposed to be doing some movies, and
wow.
You know, I don't know whether it was voice acting work or if it was on camera work, but there was supposed to be stuff that he is doing with them.
With him being as
it's not going to happen.
You know, as aged as he was, I don't see that really being a thing. Like, you know, I mean, you said what, Larry? You said what, 93?
93.
Like, I don't want to get out of bed at that point.
Family.
Let alone go do some movies.
Yeah, but if he's doing voice acting work for him,
well,
I never saw
he signed his voice away, so he didn't even really need to. Like, if he was doing voice acting, they can just literally say, "Hey, we have the license for James Earl Jones to do stuff. All we gotta do is type it in, and AI will take care of the rest." He didn't have to do a damn thing at that point.
Did he play Mufasa in the remake of Lion King?
I was just about to ask that same question.
Because there's a Mufasa movie coming out soon.
Yes, he was. He was there.
Okay, I didn't see it.
For the Lion King live action, yes.
What about the Mufasa one that's coming up?
The Mufasa one, when I last pulled it up, I did not see him on there. I think they replaced him for it.
Well, it's a young Mufasa as well. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a young Mufasa. I don't think he's not in it.
Can you
imagine? Nah, he had to have that voice when he was born. Straight out the womb, he was talking like that.
Talking like that.
Mommy.
Mommy.
Everything the light touches.
Oh my goodness. It's God. Once again. All right, so James Earl Jones. No, once again, thanks for everything that he done, man. It's funny that he's a perfect example of leaving your legacy. You know, a legacy that your children's children will be able to appreciate. That's without a doubt. You know, it's and it's another thing before we go ahead and go on to another legend that we lost. They actually said, well, you know, because obviously, you know, after someone passes away, now all the stories come out about the individual. The reason he wanted, I want to say this correctly, when it comes to Mufasa and the relationship that he had with Simba, at first he wanted it to be very strong, poetic type of, but the producers and everything at Disney was like, no, we want you. Like, we want you as Mufasa. So how do you talk to your own children? And that's how he came up with that, the talking pattern and the softness when he needed to be and stuff like that. Not because of that's how they wanted him to be. That's because he just emulated how he talked to his own children. And I thought that was really cool too.
Man, if that voice ever told me to do something, I am not saying no.
Somebody.
Yes, Father.
Everything the light touches, you clean.
Ouch.
So no. Okay, so we're going to go from one legend, unfortunately, to another one that we lost, and this one here, I know, really hurt Mike. I'm sorry, Pooh Berry, because I know how significant the Turtles was to him, and still are, because of the relationship that the Turtles now have with his daughter. So
Bingo.
the other individual that we lost, Mr. Peter, he unfortunately passed away. Was that yesterday? No, today.
Today. Yeah.
Today. The voice of Splinter himself, the original voice of Splinter. Another iconic character that will live on and on and on and on. So, Mike, I know you have something that's deep and meaningful when it comes to him.
Oh, definitely. All right. So the first wave of turtle figures to ever come out, before I even really knew what the show was, it was the four turtles: Splinter, April, Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder and Krang. So Splinter was from the get-go in my collection. I was playing with him. He had this little robe that went on him. I was, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe. But understanding what a sensei was at that age, understanding what a positive father role model was, and just seeing someone that was able to keep the turtles in line and keep it funny all the time. It's probably how I learned what sushi was from him. But I still, when I think of when I read Splinter in the books, it's usually his voice that I hear, and he's the one to live up to. I know Phil Lamar did it in the 2012 series, but as talented as he is, I still hear Phil Lamar. But it's a shame. Seems like he had a pretty good career. There's I've been going through the original Turtles. There's a channel on Netflix that plays just that. It's great. And it's a shame he's passed on. But again, he has a legacy that will carry on for generations, because I now have a second generation Turtle fan, and she got all my Ninja Turtle toys, including Splinter. And she likes Splinter so much, I had to get her a Splinter stuffy from the new movie. So rest well, Splinter.
Anyone else want to add to that?
So Peter did. I mean, for me, I grew up with the '90s rendition of TMNT, which is essentially a remake of the earlier '70s, '80s version, and I watched the reruns of the '70s, '80s version really before they really were syndicating the '90s version and everything. But Peter also did tons of other stuff. He's actually in the 2007 version of the TMNT movie. Like, he's in Ben 10. He is a renowned voice actor that has done way more things than anybody will ever realize.
Yeah, I'm going through his
He's
IMDb
able to
now.
do it.
Pretty
It is
impressive.
crazy what he has done. He's in Shrek. He's in The Princess Frog. Like, he's done voices in tons of things. Of course, his most famous role is definitely Splinter. And that is where I know him from the best. Renowned voice actor. The voice acting community is definitely losing another legend. And it's just sad. This is like my childhood that's slowly dying. So it's like, it makes me sad.
Here you go, Larry. Listen to this. He was Dr. Marsh on G.I. Joe. He was Grapple on Transformers. He was Ebenezer Scrooge on The Real Ghostbusters. He was in DuckTales. He was in Gem and the Holograms. He was in Tailspin. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Darkwing Duck. Batman the Animated Series. Holy smokes. And it goes on. Animaniacs. He was in Mask of the Phantasm. He was in the Iron Man show with a really dope theme song. Whew. So yeah, quite an accomplished voice actor here.
And he's in major movies like Soul, Mulan, Anastasia, Black Cauldron, Totoro. He's one of the English voices in Totoro. Wow. Like his list is insane of the projects he's worked on. So legendary voice actor.
You know, the beauty about this whole thing, right? And as much as it's sad to see them leave, they'll never be gone, because in every single movie that you guys have said, every TV show you guys have said, we have access to all those. So their legacy lives on as long as we have those shows and those movies. So I feel, you know, you want to give them homage, you know what I mean? Watch an episode or something with them. You know what I mean? It's the best way for us to show that we respected them so much.
And I'm pretty sure the streaming channel that houses those would love for you to do that too.
Oh, absolutely. Money.
Bingo.
Let's bank on the fact that this man just died. You know, I want to watch all his stuff.
Hey, man, listen, you know what? If a smart company would be right, they would take anything that they did and pop it as like a For You page thing or something like that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And have everything there for every episode, movie, like in honor of them, you know?
Family. But, you know, it's funny, like when Mike was going through all those shows, like my childhood literally just flashed before my eyes. He said Darkwing Duck, bro.
Yo, your eyes listened when he said Transformers. Like
and G.I. Joe. At one time,
G.I. Joe, yeah.
At one time, we used to rush home to make sure that we made it home by 3:30 to watch G.I. Joe and Transformers on Fox. That was a mandatory thing.
You remember like the Sergeant Slaughter like intros that used to be on you maggot, you making me sick. I used to love those things.
Oh my, but like let's say Darkwing Duck, Tailspin,
Real Ghostbusters. I X out of it now.
That's cool. I mean, that's my history. I mean, that's my whole childhood. Those ones that you just mentioned that was it. That was it for me. Like, golly.
It's so crazy because voice actors can do so much in so little time. So, like, if you really listen to all the names you guys said from the 90s, like the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, literally, there was a crap ton of shows. You know what I mean? And mind you, now like shows how they are now, where you're getting 8 episodes. We're talking about full seasons of 24 episodes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like these guys were working, and that community is so small and tight knit. I mean, you know, we hear the one girl, she does Timmy Turner, Tommy Pickles, like they do so many people at one time. And once their name is out there, networks call them every time. You know, it's so crazy.
The original run of Ninja Turtles was 193 episodes.
Say, like, come on, man, that guy was.
And you tell me, like, Splinter was in probably all of them.
Yeah, he was probably in every episode.
I mean, who's that? The young lady that came from she was in a different world. And she's like one of the absolute top voice actresses right now. Well,
yeah, it's like
it's been like forever.
You talking about Tara Reid?
That's it.
Yeah,
Tara Strong.
Tara Strong. There we go. Tara Strong. Yeah,
Harley Quinn, Twilight Sparkle,
everything.
Dill Pickles, Raven.
Raven, yup.
She was Bubbles. Bubbles and Power.
Yeah, Bubbles.
Like the list goes on.
Yeah, she was number 5.
Crazy.
Was she number 5?
Yeah, she was
pretty sure she was number 5.
Yeah.
And what?
Was
What was that show?
Renaday.
Kids Next Door.
Yeah, Kids Next Door.
Yeah, I
No,
think she was five.
she was number 5.
She wasn't. Who was she? Number 2.
We talked about this like episodes ago, talking about Cartoon Network.
Yeah, that's like 2 years ago. Okay.
Cree Summer. Cree Summer
Cree
was
Summer. Cree Summer. Thank you, Cree Summer. Tara. God, I'm not editing that. I'm just going to sound wrong. Sorry, guys.
No, because isn't there?
You can't go wrong with Tara Strong. Trust me.
I was gonna say there's definitely a voice actor named Tara Strong. I thought that's what you were talking about. But yeah, she
but I was
does.
talking about Cree Summer.
Oh,
That was everything.
my bad, G.
No, it's all good. Hey, both of them is great, but it's going to show the legacy that these people have off of not even being on camera, and Mr. Peter is definitely that. Okay, so we went through 2. Now it's time to go and talk about a third, and this gentleman here, in my eyes, passed away pretty young. Mr. John Cassaday. Mr. John Cassaday is known for his artwork when it comes to comic books. So, Teen Titans, Flash, X-Men, Union Jack, Superman, Batman, the Hulk, the Avengers, the death of Captain America. I mean, come on.
There's he worked on the stuff for Astonishing X-Men, which was written by Josh Whedon, but he did the art, and it's where they brought Colossus back. And there's a scene where Kitty Pryde phases through something and she stumbles across Colossus, who's been like strapped to a gurney for however many years, and like the look on her face, and like you finally see Colossus back. And the next issue, it has Colossus kind of standing there without a shirt, and like Kitty Pryde is like hugging him but phasing through him, and it's a really good cover. I want to say it's like 6, 7. It's after the Danger arc. But it's good stuff, definitely.
No, another genius in artwork.
Definitely,
artwork is amazing. Some of the comics that, like, I mean, me being an X-Men fan, like Astonishing X-Men is up there with many of the greatest comic books, single books and series altogether. Like, the artwork in it is just spectacular. But yeah, no, we're definitely losing a fantastic artist way too young. I agree with you. I believe it said he's 52. He's in his 50s. Yeah, 52. So way too young. Definitely had a lot more in him that he could have done, and it's his artwork is going to be missed.
If you could bring it up, Larry, I don't know how you'll be able to see it on my computer here, but look up Astonishing X-Men issue 6. And there it is right there. Love that cover. Which that series also introduced. I don't know if he designed it. He might have. That introduced a new Wolverine costume. With the it was blue and yellow again, but it was kind of was like straight lines down of blue and yellow. So I don't know if he designed it. I wonder if he did. Also introduced Danger for the first time, and I assume he probably had a hand in designing her, which is the living embodiment of the Danger Room. Good stuff.
Keep talking. I'm sorry.
Way too young, will be missed. Definitely.
Yeah.
Look, and it's crazy for me because, like, when I hear 52, for example, like I just got finished and kind of just telling y'all my age, me being 45. 52 is literally right around the corner for me. So You know, in my eyes, that's extremely a young man because I don't feel old sometimes. So
Maybe when you wake up in the morning, and go to work, maybe feel a little old there.
oh
Man, I flip over and my knees are killing me. So I know, especially in the morning, them knees be like, "Hello, wake up, Jorge."
that's how.
I found out I got to stretch to go to bed. I'm like, what is that about?
Oh yeah. Like, oh, I didn't feel that one before. Where'd that muscle come
Exactly. Like, it'll be gone when I wake up 3 days later. Oh, no.
Never went away.
Oh.
Just made it worse. But yeah,
from?
no.
Oh, I think I have it. Bam. There you go, Mike.
Bingo. Love that
Yeah.
cover. Absolutely love it. Like I said, Colossus was gone. He died from the legacy virus. And he was gone for, I don't know, a good 5-10 years. And they brought him back in Astonishing X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a awesome drawing. I mean, and think about it. You know, Mike, George, I'm gonna say Frank. Like, look at that picture a little bit longer, right? Epos.
That is like a lot of the same artwork.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
The Epos drawings. My man from why am I not? I know his name is John. I can't think of his other name. Anyway, Tori.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely Tori. Tori does this
Tori,
stuff with
definitely.
the neon colors. I was talking to him about it. I'm like, dude, this stuff is like the dopest, like eye-catching thing. And he was like, someone told me not to do that. And I'm like, dude, stick with it. He's like,
keep
yeah,
on
I'm
doing
doing it my way anyway.
Yeah. Look, well, who's
Yeah.
really going to tell Tori not to do something? I mean, it's
Not me.
Right.
yeah, he's another big dude. But nonetheless, I mean, you can tell the influences on these folks just by looking at, once again, that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
When did this comic come out, Mike? Like around what
I'd say probably 05, 06.
Yeah.
So something about literally about 18, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 18, 19 years ago. Okay, Kev was like,
8.
about to go
8.
into like elementary school. Okay, you was
He's about to go into like junior high.
2009.
2009. There you go.
I was okay.
Yeah,
It's
still
okay.
like 8, 9 years old.
Shut up.
I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old. But I mean, just think about from the influence of almost 20 years ago to
I was 11.
You was 11.
You're not helping, dude. You're not
He's
helping.
like,
I really need you to learn your math, bro. We said
maybe you should go back to school.
Including
that.
that book. Including that book, I probably had more than 11 books on my pull list at the comic book store, including Astonishing X-Men at that point. That was like the last like super height of me buying everything.
2000.
Dude, I was probably reading Astonishing X-Men at Blockbuster.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, shit, where did I go?
I was working at Blockbuster at that time. Yeah.
2000.
I was
And we would have a
probably
massive
getting them
comic
from
section as well.
Bagged and Boarded in Ben Salem, which isn't there anymore, which turned into Capes and Cows in Andalusia, which is gone now. Guy Duke used to run it.
Are you still doing math, Kev? You still trying to figure out how old you are?
No.
You sure? Okay. Then it looked like he just started looking at his phone like, in 2008, I was 10 years old.
No.
Nah, he's that age now where they wouldn't even do the math. They'll just be like, "Yo, Siri, how old would I be?"
I was born in 1998. How old would I be in 2009? Thank you, Barry.
My little brother does that for anything. You have a question, he'd be like, "Wait 1 second. Hey Siri," and it just
Like, dude, just think.
That's funny. That's
Like,
funny.
yeah, we didn't have Siri
That's
back
really
in the
funny,
day. We
guys.
actually had to do
Yeah.
research. So
You had to go to a library.
Oh God.
nah,
Get a-
man, it was
get-
called
get a-
Wikipedia.
Get a kid to fold a map, let alone like read a map.
If you have them reading it, don't follow them because you get lost.
Exactly.
Fam,
I have
if
a
it
funny
don't
story
have
about
that,
but I'll save it for another day.
if it don't have that green or that red line that goes through the GPS and tell them exactly where to go,
I remember thinking it was
You had
like
to draw that
probably-
line.
it was like the best technology when you could print out the directions from MapQuest.
Remember that?
No. The
Be
best
like 3
technology is when you
pages.
can hit a button and it will print it out in reverse.
Ooh.
Oh, remember that? Kev, what are you nodding your head for? You weren't
Yeah, it's
driving.
fine.
Oh.
No, it's fine. Because when you guys wake up in the morning, your guys' bones crack and pop, so it's fine.
Oh,
Man,
I can't wait for the day, bro. Tell me the day you get up one day and you're just like, oh my God. I'm waiting for it because all the jokes are coming. They're coming at you, bro.
it's gonna be. He's gonna have a Friday moment. My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. Oh,
I'll send it out of court right now. 250 is jawbreaker.
It's coming, bro.
Hey guys, I can't come to the studio.
$1.50 in some envelope.
He's gonna be so
He's
in
out,
pain.
he's out,
gonna
what
be
are you
running
doing?
like he did in The Mask where he got a shot and he's like,
yeah.
Oh man.
tell Teddy Tim I won't be coming home this Christmas.
Not funny, Kevin.
No, it's fine. I love that movie.
It's hilarious to me.
I love that movie. That's fine. I'll make sure I'll visit you guys at the retirement homes. Okay.
Oh man.
I'll be poolside. All right.
Bring you some aspirin.
Bye.
On your
Bro, there's
wheelchair.
a lot of parties that happen at those places. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
How did Grandma have a baby? Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, well, speaking of old things having babies. Yeah, where am I going with this, right?
Go on.
Where the
Continue,
hell
sir.
you go with this?
Nice try. Nice try.
There you go. I'm gonna say
Larry. You gotta say, speaking of old things becoming new,
yeah, old people
Disney
making
dropped
babies.
a new album that is a little a punk rock, a little bit more new age pop. It is called, what is it called again, Kev?
A whole new sound.
Whole new sound.
And you sound like a whole new mess, Frank. Not trying to take away the intro of what I was trying to do,
Yeah.
and then you, and then you
I
know you
botched it
say something.
myself.
A whole
Rough told
new
you.
sound. Just like a whole new world of madness. But hey, these guys actually enjoyed it and actually like it.
Yeah.
So without any copyrights, you think I should go ahead and play something from it?
Sure.
If you want to mute yourself and listen to it, you are.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we're not gonna hear it that well.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you you don't you
Larry's got the tech.
don't know about me. You just don't know about me.
We're canceled.
Larry's
Now.
got the tech.
This is gonna be like, shut the whole thing down. Then they're gonna see our logo and just be like, yeah, this is just an accident waiting to happen.
Ha!
And copyright.
There goes the entire episode. It was all
Listen,
Exactly. We're now banned.
20 seconds of music killed our entire episode, guys.
Thank God I only played 10. All right, so okay. Now the album cover, I didn't even post this thing. This is what it crap. Turn around and get right. And there we go.
That's terrible, buddy. Just you.
Whatever. What I heard so far was terrible. Terrible reaction get from terrible results. Okay.
There's always got to be one guy. Larry's always that one guy.
No, I'm not. Come on.
That's
And
okay. The rest of us have listened to it, enjoyed it. I've been listening to it all weekend. So,
I'm so sorry to hear. I'm so sorry to hear.
favorite song, guys? What's your favorite song?
We want to do favorite song, or we want to do top three? Because
Yes.
I'm
Whatever.
good for a quick top 3 run.
Quick top
All
three
right.
run? Yeah.
all right, I'll start off here because I got kind of a tie between two songs. I'm gonna say number 3 is "Go the Distance" or "Colors of the Wind," and I'm only saying I'm a little down on "Colors of the Wind" because I was running a machine today and listened to the album 3 times, so I wasn't able to look at who was singing. And it turns out it was Tokyo Hotel, and I can't get behind that. I've sadly seen them live, and I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, man.
It sounds so depressed.
And but I think "Go the Distance" edges it out just over "Pride."
Zero
All
pride.
right.
Go to this.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Okay.
You want to do the other
George,
2?
Kev?
Oh, we're just doing them. We're doing 3. I don't know how you guys want to do it.
Yeah, I'm starting at 3.
Okay.
Go ahead, George.
You know what? Yeah, I will have to go with "Go the Distance" also. I actually kind of like that one. Does it feel like some of the lyrics were changed from the original though?
I don't know.
I was debating that too.
Hercules is outside of like.
liked it.
I will say a lot of these songs are cropped because those
Heavily
songs are like
cropped.
5 to 6 minutes. So they had to cut it to like 2.5, 3 minutes long.
No, I agree, but I feel like there was like new lyrics in this one for some reason. I felt like there was something different. The cadence of it and the melodies were the same. I felt like there was some different lyrics though, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's
And I was-
also the long version of the song that was released for the album of Hercules, and then the actual Hercules song that is way shorter.
No,
So
yeah,
there's
I agree.
extra verses that they may have like decided to crop and pick and choose from
Okay.
the long version to make this even shorter version than the short version.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to double check that because I'm over here trying to sing along to it. I'm like, I'm missing the whole verse, and it's like it felt weird to me, but it sounded great though. I thought it was cool.
I really liked it too. It's in my top 3. Really don't have like a one over the other, but it's in my top 3.
Yeah.
My 3 is actually "Friend Like Me" from Bowling for Soup, the band that who stayed in 1985.
I'm right
They're
there
like-
with you. Friend like
they're
me.
that-
Yeah.
They're that jock that just never knew how to leave the pride, that high life for them.
It
They just
it definitely kept their
hey, there we go.
There we go.
it definitely kept their their vibe and their sound, but they try to do it kind of like Robin Williams in a way because they wanted to pay homage to him as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. That definitely felt like a lot of homage going on there. But I also felt like so far the 2 that I've said are in my top 3 are very on the punk rock side.
Mhm.
They're not on like the poppy side.
Can I give you like a super big hot take?
What's up?
I think the Bowling for Soup version has a lot more energy than the Will Smith version.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I agree.
Like
Yeah, I
a
agree.
lot more energy. Like the Will Smith version, it's terrible. And I felt like this.
it.
Oh,
I thought it was
his
what
own.
it was.
It was
I
his
thought
own. It
was
wasn't terrible, but it wasn't living up to.
Yeah, this just had
Legend.
like so much more energy and didn't
Yeah.
feel forced.
Yeah.
No, I
Speaking
agree.
of energy, I think Larry's asleep.
Wide awake.
He's wide awake.
Oh
All right,
god.
you want to go for number 2? What's our second one?
All right, I'll start it out here then. And it's growing up, I was a Phil Collins fan. Like my stepdad's super into it. I was raised on Genesis, Phil Collins, Face Value, Home by the Sea, all that. And so you'll be in my heart when like the drums kind of kick in and it just starts, and it's darn near perfect. Almost to the point where the singer sounds like Peter Gabriel to me.
Mhm.
I was really impressed with it. I really liked it. Tarzan is kind of outside my wheelhouse of like Disney movies because I was a little bit older. I was like the true Renaissance era. I was Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, those. So like the continuation of the Renaissance was past my time, but I really liked it. It hit. I knew it. I was like, man, these drums sound like, oh, it's definitely it. And it's such a good song. It's for a parent. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
It to me, it kind of gave me like to me when I listened to it, it sounded like 80s vibes.
Mhm.
Well, that was the point.
That's me.
And like kind of like Breakfast Club. Don't you forget about me? That's what it kind of sounded like to me.
Yeah.
In a way, it was very. I still very enjoyed it. What was I gonna say? I blanked on it.
What was your number 2?
Oh, he's getting to that age, guys. He's forgetting. He's not hurt. He's just forgetting.
No, that's just me being stupid. That's what it is. They ain't got nothing to do with age.
Kevin, you're a genius.
Oh, fuck
Super
no.
smart.
Yeah, you're a genius, bro. I believe in you.
No,
Want to do my taxes?
I can barely do mine. Like, do mine.
Dude, he gonna count to see how old he was at 2009. You want to get taxes?
Even Siri was like, "Come on, dummy."
Oh,
Yeah, I think who was it? Who did that? Is it Boy Meets Girl or something like that? Like
Yeah.
super enjoyed it.
The
Boys like girls.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely came in fit perfect at number 2. What do you guys think for your number 2?
So I got actually a two-way tie for number 2. So one of them is actually going to be Surface Sister, which is from Encanto. That movie was where the one sister was singing. But I like the original from the movie, but I actually kind of dig this one too. It wasn't too far off the mark from what the movie did. And the other one was Remember Me. That was my number 2. So like I'm stuck between those two. I know Larry was talking about Remember Me earlier, and the movie one was like the one that hit home a little bit, but I didn't feel like it strayed away too far. I thought it was pretty close. It didn't make me cry like the movie because there was no visual aspect to it, but the song was cool. I was digging it.
Yeah, both of those are in my list. Except I'm probably gonna say Remember Me is my number 1, but it's so close right there with Friend Like Me, and everything. It just my top 3, they're so close in this album that I've been listening to all weekend. So
Larry's like, you said
Stop
that
shaking your head. Fix your face, man.
Yeah, all I know is like I listened to like it 3 or 4 times today, and it totally is gonna jack up like my music algorithm on my Amazon. It's messed up. It's never gonna be the same.
Yeah, now you're gonna get like all the Disney Channel movie songs.
Disney stuff. Yeah.
Now with Surface Pressure, like is probably my number 4 or 5, just because like I didn't like the voice. I didn't like the singer. I didn't feel like they had enough
There was a guy though that was singing it, not a girl.
Yeah,
was singing it, so it was kind of weird.
I will say, if we were going to get into it after our top 3, that was actually my least favorite song.
Oh, yeah, I still feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity. Like, imagine if they got the girl from Paramore to sing that.
Oh, Haley Williams,
right,
bro.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. I can't see it. I can't.
Maybe
because I need almost like a strong, because the character in the movie was like the strong one. You know what I mean? So, but even her voice was kind of masculine. It wasn't feminine at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of like, oh, Plain White Tees. Yeah, but then I'm hearing them like, it kind of works. It's cool.
I remember what I was gonna say. I think, in my opinion, Tarzan has the best soundtrack out of all Disney.
Oh, dude, you can't beat. Phil
Collins, bro.
Yeah, Phil Collins, and he didn't get the Oscar that year either.
That's a shame because that album was like.
You know who got the Oscar that year? South Park.
That's my problem with Tarzan in this. I loved Phil Collins' version than this version.
Dude, he did not have to go that hard on that entire album.
What'd you say, Larry? What'd you say?
I said I agree, Kev. I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, no, bye-bye.
Okay. All right, so
my
number 2 what's your number 2? Who did we miss anyone? Are we going for number 1?
I'll go.
Go for
Alex
one.
gotta go number 2.
I got my 2. To me, it was not even close. This was one of the pre-release songs. This band was actually part of my late middle school into high school. Simple Plan's
6
Can You
years
Feel the
ago.
Love Tonight?
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The harmonies in the beginning was really good. It had their sound, and I really for a slow song. I don't know why, but I really fucking enjoyed it.
That's not the style. So for that song, for me, man, it's like that wasn't what I want to hear. Like we all know the scene of where that comes from. You know, it's Nala and Simba just doing the deed. Okay,
The Nala eyes.
Yeah,
The Nala eyes.
you about to get this. But like, I don't know. I didn't get that same feel of that. Like, I didn't feel like they were about to be like, you know, like.
I feel
I think we made it to PG-13 on this
Can
show.
we get like a pause moment for hand motions?
Like the original was like, yeah, you feel the love. Like I felt that, man. It was
There's
like
gotta be
some
what's
R&B.
going on.
Huh?
Larry's got to be sitting back there going, "What the heck is going on with these guys now?"
No,
Yo,
I
watch
know
him
what he's
pop
saying. He's saying these are my white people.
All right. So I'm gonna give my number 1, and I really
You
hope.
know I'm right.
Wait, he's
You
back.
know I'm right.
What's he gonna say?
Go ahead.
Hold
We didn't
on.
even hear it.
The only thing I had to say was,
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Why would that
Anyway, number 1, guys. Number 1.
Number 1. All right, I'm gonna reel this back in, and my number 1, and I hope the 4 of us can all see eye to eye on this, because Eye to Eye was the dopest song on the entire thing by far.
That's my number 1 too.
That's my
Yeah.
one. That's my number 1.
Frank, I'm assuming. that's
Unfortunately, I do not agree with you guys.
Ah,
It's too poppy for me.
He's always
it
that
was
guy.
perfect.
He's
Sorry.
always that
it was
guy.
exactly what it needed to be. Even though the eye to eye version from the original was a pretty decently modern version of the song, it wasn't too bad. So
I think that's my problem with all of the ones that I didn't like. It's the songs are too close to those genres. Like they match too much, and it wasn't something new or different. So it wasn't a whole new song. Like
What was the character's name in that? Electric something? What the heck was his name?
the
He was
Goofy
basically like a
movie?
mix of Prince and Michael Jackson.
I'm trying to figure it out now. Yeah, that was
Powerline.
Powerline. That's what it was. Yes. It's got the dance and the
Yeah,
um.
like, he was literally
Loved
Prince
it.
and Michael Jackson had a kid. That's literally
Exactly.
what it was. So okay, now what was everyone's
Wait, is
least
that-
favorite song?
was that actually Michael Jackson though?
No, it was
No. Who was it?
Oh
I
boy.
thought the voice is actually somebody famous.
No, he was a protege of Prince, and let me see,
Tevin Campbell.
Kevin Campbell. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what was everyone's least favorite song from the album?
Let it
Frozen.
go.
let it go.
Let it go.
That was
Really?
straight
Really?
trash. Straight trash.
Really?
Oh, dude, I thought she did it better than
I
Adina
loved it.
Menzel.
No,
Oh see, I've heard it so
I
many
didn't
times.
like
I cannot stand her singing it, and
No,
I was like, yeah, okay, I could be the queen of isolation with this. Okay, the cold never bothers me anyway. So,
Now, Let It Go was the original. As much as I hate it because it played it out so much, the original
Yeah.
was great, and I don't know if you can top that great. You know what I mean?
I will say it's a tie for me. It's Surface Pressure, and then You Got Friend in Me. Just
yeah, that was
because of
you got a
how
friend of me.
short
Was
it
terrible.
was.
You got
Yeah,
a friend of me was definitely on my bottom tier, but
It was like only like
Let It
over a
Go.
minute. It was only
Took
over a minute long. Like it was just too short for me.
Let
Yeah.
It Go should have just let it go and not be on the
Mhm.
project.
But I will say too, and we brought it up before we started recording, two bands that I thought should have been perfect for this album. No matter what song it was, I don't know what song, but who I thought, me personally, I should have been on it. Paramore was interesting. I didn't think about them, Mike, but that was a good reach. I hear Haley Williams singing right now. I do hear her singing. I was thinking it's a little bit out there, but Green Day. I was thinking them a little bit.
See,
And
Okay.
yeah,
and
I'd
to
see that.
me, the queen of emo, Avril Lavigne.
Eh?
I would have been all right if she. I mean, she's cool,
More
but
heard. No, you gotta get her in. I can see her doing a whole new world duet.
if she
Or
was
if-
on the duet, yeah, I don't see her
Yeah,
doing a full
she has
song
to
by herself,
duet
though.
with somebody else. Yeah.
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 But what if she did Let It Go? What if she did a whole new version of Let It Go?
No, they shouldn't. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Let that idea go.
Listen, that song was perfect the way it was, and it was fairly modern because the movie just came out recently. Like it didn't. I mean, not too long ago. I mean, I'm not gonna say recently, but it was a great song. Theatrically, it was just like Broadway.
Yeah.
And it felt cool to me.
Yeah.
I don't
All right,
know if
I
they
got-
needed a
I got
pop rock.
3 missed opportunities here. You should have had someone do Almost There from The Princess Frog. That's a great song. Someone should have did that. I feel someone should have did Belle's big monologue song where she's walking through the market and she's like these pretentious people, and someone should have did that. And why they may not fit in the whole punk pop genre, I think Rammstein should have came in and done the Bells of Notre Dame and like killed it with that.
Dude, if
Like
they do that song, I'd be so for
there
that.
it is.
I'm going with they should do the Mulan. I want to see either the My Reflections song for Mulan,
Yeah, that's a good song.
Be a Man.
Nah,
they
man,
they could hit.
give me Hakuna Matata.
That's
Yeah, that should have been in there too. That would have been better than You Got a Friend in Me, I think. And
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Now, I mean, I know we
I
spoke
was
about it
surprised too that there was no Moana song on there. Like How Far I'll Go. If they were gonna do Let It Go,
Dude, if they did the How Far I'll Go and then do a third song that cuts the Hercules song and the Moana song together, that would be amazing.
No, you know what song they need to do?
we don't talk about Bruno.
Scar's theme song when he's with the hyenas.
You can be that Nazi
do
shit.
you want me to ruin that
Be
song for you? Do you want me to ruin that song for you? You know who
Why?
sings it? Peter Cummings, the guy who does Winnie the Pooh's voice.
No,
Yeah.
really?
Listen to it, and you'll hear Winnie the Pooh. It'll totally ruin it
Yeah.
for you. It's not oh god, the guy who played Alfred. I can't think of his name. It's not him singing it. It's the guy who played Winnie the Pooh. Listen to it, and dude, it's gonna ruin it for you. Be
Don't do
prepared.
it,
That's
then.
the name of it.
Oh God, never mind. I take it back. But we already said earlier that they're probably going to do more of these. There's so many Disney songs that were not in this project, and Larry's like, please let's not do another one. But it's going to be like Kids Bop, bro. This is going to be Kids Bop for Disney, and they're going to do 50 billion versions of these things. Every time there's a new movie come out, guess what? That song is getting put on kids, or what's it called now? What's it called again?
A whole new sound.
Oh yeah, A Whole New Sound, Volume 53.
Exactly.
Like,
So,
it's
like,
just gonna keep going.
If you guys called me like 6 years ago, I would have totally bashed this and been like, "No, I'm not doing
You kind
it."
of did when I
But-
texted because you was just like, "This is gonna mess up my playlist."
It is, but like ever since I had a kid, and I've been to Disney on Ice 3 times now. Like, okay, I'm into it. I'll do it.
So
Kids
funny,
change everything.
the funny thing, while I was in Disney, one of these songs played, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I think they played Eye to Eye. I think that one was kind of like short,
Really?
like kind of yeah. And I'm just like, huh. And I didn't put anything to it. And then literally last week, I saw a thing that they said that they were doing new versions of these older songs. I'm like, oh, so they were teasing it at Disney parks. And then I'm hearing it now, and I'm like, okay, cool. I see what they're doing.
Not a bad call.
Nah, it was just it caught me off guard though, because I was like, I've never heard this version of the song before, and then I hear it now. I'm like, oh, that's why.
That's what they
And
did.
There was actually a TikTok of the guy who sings this song, and he was like kind of doing like a little snippet video of it or whatever like that. And I'm just like, oh, all right. I thought it was cool. I thought it was just somebody they were just doing it, but I didn't know Disney was behind it.
Oh, Disney is definitely going to do a whole concert.
Oh,
You're going to see that.
Yeah, tour
If,
date.
if not part of the holiday specials,
I'm going.
it will be a whole concert that they do for this album, anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
Overall,
Yeah, I think-
that was a great album. I thought it was really good.
I would definitely like to see Being Man on the next one. I think is probably my top song I'd want to see. Who sings it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trying to think, what else would I like? Huh.
Hmm.
Oh, the Coco song where he was singing at the stage. What's that song? He was singing in Spanish.
Loco?
Yeah, can you imagine Poco Loco getting a remix, bro? Let me get it with like a rock mariachi brand, bro. Oh my god. Boom, Poco Loco.
Do it, George.
I mean, once the new studio is up, guys, I mean, we can make it happen, Captain. Disney, call me. Larry's just like, this is foul.
Larry's like, I can't believe you guys have talked about this for like 20 minutes now.
Larry, we may have an F-bomb at like 1 hour in. You might want to write that time down. 1:04. Thanks, Kev.
You got it, man.
Wait, so now I got a question. Do you think they'll do Star Wars versions of these songs, bro? Can you give me like, bro? Stop. Come on. Give me
George, back it off.
theme.
I know it's getting late, but what are you gonna do? The song from Jabba's Palace? That's the only song with lyrics.
No, give me Palpatine's like thing, bro, and just give me Mos Eisley
Duel of
Cantina with a
Fates?
rock version. No, not Duel of Fates.
And again, now you get like people humming a Duel of Fates.
Goodbye, George. I'm done with you.
Oh, why'd you do that? Hey, buddy.
Larry's like, shut up, George. Shut up.
No, you got the only two you get is Jabba's Palace and Yub Nub. Who's gonna do Yub Nub? Yeah.
Man.
That was played in the original Battlefront 2 game. I remember that. I'm playing Hero versus Villains. I'm killing like a Jedi or Sith, and all you hear is that in the background.
What is it? It's Max Rebo's band with Sly Snoodle on vocals.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. That was a nice little different segment.
Yeah.
No, just I will talk about anything any day. Trust me.
Shoot, guys, if you want us to do any music reviews, me and Kev have been talking about doing something like this for a while. So if you want, drop a comment of an album you want us to review. We'll take a listen to it. Hopefully we don't get taken off of, wherever we post it. And then, we'll give a honest review of the songs, album, whatever you want. We'll do it.
I love listening to new music. My
Hell
playlist is
yeah.
always open. Even though I have like 2,000 songs on there.
Jeez.
Yes, I.
We need to keep on going. Yeah.
Anywho, everybody got.
Maybe one day we could talk about the finer points of John Williams, Hans Zimmer, Mark Silvestri.
Yes.
Start getting into like some soundtrack stuff.
I'd be down to talk composers and compositions.
Dude.
I would definitely do. I'll go to dinner with you just so you can talk about that. That stuff blows my mind. There's like
we need to go and do the Philly Orchestra when they do some of these movies, and then talk about it afterwards.
Yes.
Because I've gone to a couple of them.
Cam's got something.
Wait a minute. Isn't there supposed to be an Avatar orchestra coming to Philly in October?
Yeah, October 15th or something like that.
What are we doing?
I'd be down for that, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I would
Let's
definitely go. I think it's at the Mann Center. Is it the Mann Center?
Yeah, it'd be at the Mann Center.
Yeah.
That's where they do them all.
Bro.
I've seen which Star Wars? A couple of the Harry Potters. I've seen, I think, 2 of the Star Wars when they've done it, and they've been phenomenal. I've also seen the Eagles winning the Super Bowl when they did a whole tribute and thing there too. That was awesome.
He told me to call him. I'm calling him.
Wait,
Who you called?
who's calling?
George.
Ghostbusters?
I'm calling George because he said call me, and I'm calling him.
I didn't say call you.
You said call me.
Oh,
Idiot. That's what I'll go ahead and mute myself so I can go ahead and have something on here for that. You're a fool.
what happened?
Come on.
What did I miss?
He said call me, so I'm calling him.
Kev, he's just mad. That's cool.
I know. He is.
Oh, he booted him.
Literally going
I
to
think
take it.
they just did. It was by me at the Keswick Theater. They did Across the Spider-Verse
Ooh, that'd be a good one to go to.
at the Keswick.
I don't know what
Keswick is small.
Oh,
and
wait,
then number 3. I'm getting dizzy.
what is happening here? Are you guys
I don't
playing
know.
like?
I think there's a battle going on.
Yeah, are you guys doing
There might be.
StreamYard tag or something?
It's really starting to irritate me. That's what he's doing.
So what we're gonna
that's
do
Kev
since
doing
it's,
it. Oh.
since it's 11 o'clock and some of us have to be up at 3:30 in the morning, we should try and wrap this up so we don't ramble on. And
I-
No.
my sinus infection's catching up with me. I don't know if you can tell.
George.
Just so you know, there was an opportunity of what you actually asked about. And I said, all right, let me go ahead and cut a clip of that so you can actually kind of witness what you was actually talking about. I'm just waiting for it to finish loading now. It should be a second. And
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
Wow,
Pentatonics, baby.
the original Pentatonics with the original members.
I forgot.
for Mr. Avi Kaplan. So,
Yeah.
So if I think one of my biggest problems is when the original is so good, I don't like when they stir so far away from what's so great. And I'm like that with every kind of remake. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be Disney, it could be Marvel, it could be Shaka
It could be The
Khan,
Crow.
it could be whatever. You know what I mean? If you kind of steer away from the original and the original was so great, I kind of go to it. So when you have someone that, when you have something like, well, I just played, that still play homage and try to give you the feel and the just of the original, but just in their own twist, I'm with it. And that's why I kind of made face about the Disney thing. So anyway, there you go.
No, it's cool.
Fair,
Yeah.
justified.
Fair.
I mean,
justified.
it's not meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Right.
as you know, I just appreciate music in all shapes and sizes and styles and everything like that. So like, it was just a different.
Shocker that
approach.
came from the engineer.
I mean, hey man, listen, look, I can't, I gotta be into everything a little bit at some point. But no, I mean, it still was kind of a nice breath of fresh air to just hear the classics brought back to life in a new way. Could they have been done in a different way as opposed to like these indie rock versions? Sure, they could have did a pop version, they could have did a techno version. They could have did a dancehall version. I don't know. It could have been hot. Who knows?
They could have yodeled it.
A metal version, like
yeah, like. Well, I mean, if you hear a metal version, I think Kev, what's that band you put me on? Ice Nine Kills. They do a lot of cool like stuff like that. Actually, wouldn't be a bad idea to have them on the next one if they do it, because I want to see if they would do something kind of cool. and to what
Are
side.
they the ones that do My Childhood Is Dead? Is Ice Nine Kills or no? I'm thinking of someone else.
I think it's someone
I
else.
don't know.
Uh,
Kevin, no,
They
he's
do.
like, not that
They do. They do like horror movie. Like
horror movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Rad.
Like I know they did with like Chucky, a couple other
American
things. But yeah,
Psycho.
yeah, American Psycho. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's rad.
All right. So let's go ahead and at least close this out, guys, with the final words. I'm going to start off with you, Kevin Kev.
Hey, that's nice of you. Well, look, like George said, if you want us to talk about music more, let us know. We actually want to do something about like a whole podcast about music, whether it's reacting, whether it's album review, it's like anything. If you want us to do that, let us know.
Hey, check out the social medias here. We got some stuff going on Instagram. We got some stuff coming up on YouTube. Check out my stuff at Not One Cent Boat. I just kind of dabbled into TikTok, going okay. But keep in mind, people, everybody you meet is fighting their own battle that you know nothing about, and just be kind always. Just always be kind.
Let's give it a little quote from the king. A king's time as rule rises and falls like the sun. That's Mufasa talking to Simba and telling him everything that is touched by the sun will be one day his domain. It is now our turn, the royal our turn, to take the domain that these legends have left us and run with it and just spread the creative energy that they have inspired throughout the years. Three legends are gone, but shall not be forgotten because we can always go back and see their works. Also, if you haven't already, check out Rings of Power. We are, well, at least me, I know George has as well seen the episodes, and we'll get some time to talk about them. Check out our reviews, leave comments, and tell us what you're liking, what you're not liking, what you think is interesting and not. I know there's a lot there, but it's a fun fantasy thing to get into, especially if you like more of the fantasy side stuff. And I know we don't do much of it here, but we're gonna start to do a little bit more. At least I will. So check out the Ring of Powers and the reviews that we have coming out.
Hey guys, it was great just being able to chat again. It's been a little while. I've been a little MIA, but this will not be the last time you see my face for some time. So again, we lost some greats, but like Frank said, they're always in our hearts, they're always in our memories, they're always in our shows and TV shows and everything that we watch. So let's continue to honor them every day. And on top of that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to everything we do. We're here for you guys, and we want to do the best content we can. So tune in every single time, and we'll keep giving these shows.
Hey, look, as always, we thank y'all guys so much. Did I just get loud? Oh, goodness. All right. I thank y'all guys so much for tuning in. As always, just like George said, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hey, we cannot grow without y'all guys. So also, it's hard to kind of keep up with all the content that y'all guys want to see if we don't know what y'all guys want. So just like Frank said, drop it in the comments. What would y'all guys like for your G&T crew to actually go ahead and do next time and do a little bit stronger or a little bit different? So regardless, we're here for you. We're listening to you, and we're waiting for y'all guys' answer. Hey, we have a lot more things that's actually in store in year 3 for us. Year 3, guys, this is crazy, bro. But in year 3, we got more things that's in store. We already talked about music. We already talked about technology. And man, look, Frank, awesome work when it comes to what you're doing when it comes to Ring of Power. And look at Mike just spreading his wings, doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm proud of you as well, bro. So hey, look.
Thank you.
Hey, look, please continue to go ahead and follow us. Go ahead and follow Mike and Not 1 Cent Boat on Instagram, because everything that he's doing there is pretty awesome as well. Hey, until next time, God bless every single one of y'all. Peace.
Adios.